And we're cutting across to live visuals that are coming in of Rajnath Singh. The Defence Minister has just touched down at the Leh airport. He is going to be there on a two-day visit. So today the focus is going to be on visiting Srinagar and visiting posts at the line of control. Tomorrow he is going to be visiting forward posts to the line of actual control. What we do know at this point, even as we're going to get you those visuals again of Rajnath Singh touching down at the Leh airport, is that he is going to be visiting the Lukung post near the So Lake. After that, he will be interacting with IAF personnel, and this will happen at the Leh airport, and then he'll make his way to Srinagar. So today the focus is going to be on the situation at the line of control. He is going to be checking the troop preparedness and the situation there along the LOC. Tomorrow he'll return to Leh, and then he is going to be visiting forward posts, the line of actual control, where he's also going to be interacting with several top army officials. These are the visuals from earlier of Rajnath Singh leaving from the national capital for leh-ladakh. We will also be playing out those visuals for you shortly of the Defence Minister just touching down. And these are those visuals of Rajnath Singh from a few minutes ago when he reached the Leh airport. It's going to be a packed two-day schedule for the Defence Minister. In fact, he will be meeting and interacting with IAF personnel at the Leh airport. He will then be making his way to Srinagar. So tomorrow he is going to be visiting forward areas at the line of actual control, and this comes 2 weeks after Prime Minister Modi had also visited Leh, had interacted with our forces and boosted their morale. The Defence Minister's visit will be to check troop preparedness, to check the situation on the ground and to take stock of the situation. He will be interacting with senior officials of the army. We also understand today he is going to be interacting with IAF personnel. Abhishek Bhalla is joining us live this morning with more details. Abhishek, latest update coming in is that Rajnath Singh is now touched down in Leh. Just give us a sense of what really his schedule is going to look like. We've just got some information that he is going to be visiting the Lukung post. Is that today or tomorrow?
Well, he's just landed, and later in the day he will be visiting Lukung, and that's a very significant visit, Akshita, because that's a gateway to the Pangong Lake, which has been the flashpoint since the last 2 months when the standoff started. And over there, it's also important that he will be interacting with troops of the Ladakh Scouts. The Ladakh Scouts are called the Sons of the Soil and play a very important role in not just guarding the area, but they are also the eyes and ears for the forces who are deployed in the forward areas at the line of actual control, because they understand this treacherous mountain terrain very well. They have local contacts, so his interaction with Ladakh Scouts is extremely important. In fact, the new batch of Ladakh Scouts of about 120 new soldiers will be joining the Indian Army by September. So that's very clear that Ladakh Scouts is going to play a very important role in the future if this continues, the standoff continues for a few months more. Later, after visiting Lukung post, he will be interacting with the Indian Air Force personnel back here in Leh, and by afternoon, he's expected to leave Leh for Srinagar. Once he's in Srinagar, he will interact with senior officers there and get a stock of the situation at the line of control and what the Pakistani activities are. So the two-day packed schedule extremely important in terms of the twin threat that is posed by China as well as Pakistan, and the Defence Minister will be getting a ground assessment of all the developments and activities here.
Important to highlight here, Abhishek, also that this is a visit that comes 2 weeks after Prime Minister Modi had also visited Leh. But we understand that the schedule is going to be very, very different from the Prime Minister's. While today the focus is going to be on the situation at the LOC, where Rajnath Singh will be visiting some of these forward posts at LOC. Tomorrow he is going to be at the forward posts of LAC. And do we know which posts perhaps he will be visiting?
Akshita, I would just like to correct you here. He will be visiting LAC forward areas today itself. He's already landed in Leh, and as I said, that the schedule is such that first he will be witnessing a para-dropping exercise about 20-25 kilometers from Leh, and then he will move to a forward area which is Lukung, close to the Pangong Lake. So that's very important because Pangong Lake has been the flashpoint. That's the place even now, where there are differences of opinion as far as disengagement is concerned. While disengagement has been complete in some of the other friction areas like Galwan, but Pangong remains extremely tricky. So amid all this talk of disengagement and de-escalation, but at the same time some differences emerging in the Pangong Lake, the defense minister's visit to an area which one can say connects to the Pangong Lake is very, very significant. He will get a sense of what's happening on the ground. He will be interacting with the Ladakh scouts. He will also get a sense of what impact the face-off and the long-standing tensions have had on the local population over there. Because remember, people living in villages around Pangong Lake have been impacted in a big way. The communication has been snapped in those areas. There are reports of shepherds having problems with their grazing of sheep and goats because of this tension between India and China. So all this put together will give a good understanding of the ground realities to the defense minister, which he can go back to Delhi and then analyze and also discuss with other people in the security establishment to have an accurate assessment of things on the ground.
Okay, so Abhishek, you're telling us that today he is going to be visiting LAC forward post, so I stand corrected there. You were also telling us that he is going to be visiting the Lukung post. Now, at a time when we understand that this is close to the Pangong Tso Lake, we've been getting in a lot of information about the situation at the line of actual control, Abhishek. And what we've picked up is that while there is full disengagement at places like Galwan and Gogra, there's only been partial disengagement with regards to the situation at Pangong Tso as well.
That's right. As far as Galwan is concerned, that is patrol point 14 as well as patrol point 15. The disengagement seems to have been completed. In fact, at patrol point 15, what sources have told me is that the difference between troops from both the sides is 8 to 10 kilometers. So things have really eased out over there. Even as far as patrol point 14 is concerned, which was the center of that bloodshed on the 15th of June, even there is a separation of at least 3 kilometers between Indian and Chinese troops. These are exclusive details on the current disengagement status that India today has access. But there is still some problem as far as Pangong Tso is concerned, as well as the hot springs area. In fact, in the hot springs area, I've been told that there are 40 to 50 troops from each side, only separated by 600 to 800 meters, even though there has been a thinning of troop deployment in the area. As far as Pangong Tso is concerned, both sides have moved about 2 kilometers each. So this means that the Finger 4 area, which had an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation, that has been emptied as of now, and there is a gap of 4 to 5 kilometers between the troops from both sides. So what it means is that the Chinese are sitting somewhere between Finger 5 and Finger 6, and the Indian troops are somewhere between Finger 2 and Finger 3. This is on the banks of the lake, but as far as the ridge line is concerned, the Chinese deployment still continues, and there is close proximity between the troops there, only separated by about a kilometer. So Pangong Tso still remains a sticky point in the disengagement that is being discussed.
All right, Abhishek, for the moment, thank you for joining us. We'll keep coming to you for the latest updates that are coming in. These are the visuals of Rajnath Singh landing at the Leh airport. He has a packed schedule ahead of him, and as we pointed out, he's going to be visiting some forward posts along the line of actual control today.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.